come into this side 3 or 4 games, and he looks like a cricketer that's ready to play a lot of international cricket. So for those who apply the boots to a carcass on the ground, they maybe just want to consider that they're every now and then getting a few of these right.
Well, they've got a lot of options now, and I guess the good thing is that the guys that have been given the chance have actually stood up and done a good job. Cutting tonight's been outstanding. He's bowled with pace, he's bowled with aggression, he's bowled smart.
Well, the one-day team's 3rd ranked in the world. The Test match team's 2nd ranked in the world. It competed for #1 spot with South Africa, but for James Pattinson injury, probably would have levelled the series. Since the start of last summer, so a year and a half of Test match cricket, we can say only 2 Test matches have been lost, one in Tasmania to New Zealand and one to South Africa in Perth. Is that all right? Is that safe? It is safe. It's a good hit. Maxwell's going to pull it back, I think, inside the rope. Just. So the record speaks for itself, and that's since that selection panel has been in place.
And a shot of Rod Marsh in the stands there, one of the selection panel. Wally Edwards, the chairman of Cricket Australia. And Maxwell, one of the young people that this selection panel's backed to come in and show what he's capable of.
Used to be great to see the great Rod Marsh back at the Cricket Academy days, head coach.
Well, I've got the figures on that Viv Richards stand now. Michael Holding made 12 out of the 106 they put on. They've got 189 not out. West Indies got plenty. They won. It's 8 for 151.
We Italians are very passionate people.
Pollard fights on, unbeaten with 53 from 97 balls. Who have we got now? Michael Hussey, who's with us today, is already in his seat, eager to go. Right behind him, Marian Healy and Michael Slater.
James Faulkner back into the attack for Australia. Done a very good job again tonight, this afternoon, sorry. Australia looking to finish the job, trying to bowl the West Indies out. 2 more quick wickets is what they're after.
Yeah, I wonder whether Australia feel like they've let the Windies get away a little bit. I mean, they had them 7 for 98. Mind you, the expectation at the start was that the Windies could get something around 250 in the batting conditions. It seems like a good pitch. The Australians need credit, though. They've bowled well, they've fielded well. But if you're absolutely honest, at times the West Indies defence, I suppose, or batting house has not been there, which has been a shame. I thought they would muster up a better total. There's some work that can be done now, though. They can get to 170, 180.
Yeah, and they'll do more than that too, probably, Slats, won't they, if Pollard sticks around? This is 53 from 99. It's been a good time in the middle for him.
Yeah, he showed a lot of determination today. Obviously hasn't made a lot of runs in the series so far. Copped a lot of short stuff early. They had a short leg in, man around the corner. He went hard at him. He seemed to have absorbed that pressure quite well. And now he just needs to kick on for his team and push that score up to around 200.
Yeah, that's right. There's plenty of deliveries left. 53 from 100. He's had to take his time, and that's more like the Pollard we know. It's very rare that in an innings of 50 that there's so many singles, but that's his 5th boundary. And it was an easy one as well.
Yeah, it was. It's easy to miss this shot. And he has missed it a couple of times just on the thigh, but he's able to watch it, wait for it, and dispatch it where there were no fielders.
How big a unit is he? He's massive. Did you see those catches the other night, Huss? Down the ground, that'll be 4 again. So that's the power he's got. He really did smack that one. But handy in the field as well.
Yeah, I didn't actually see the catches live. I saw the replays. 2 boundaries in a row there for him. He's a huge man. He really is. I think he's got hands the size of baseball mitts, so he's got a bit of an advantage there. But no, he's a great athlete. Big hitter, and now starting to get a little bit of confidence. 2 boundaries in the over.
That's good work, and he'll take the single to finish the over, so smart batting. 8 overs remaining in this innings. The West Indies 8 for 160. Starting to get the numbers of 4s up there at 15 at the moment, 2 off the last over. It looked like about 110 was the consensus that the West Indies would make, either in the Vodafone viewers' verdict, but they've got themselves to 160 with a bit more up their sleeve. 8 overs to go.
And Kyron Pollard actually showing a little bit of batsmanship skills here. Early in the over, he doesn't seem to be wanting to take the quick singles, wanting to try and pick an area where maybe he could hit a boundary. And then, as he showed in the last over from James Faulkner, the last ball of the over scurried through for a quick single so we could have the strike at the start of the next over. So showing a little bit of batsmanship skills as well, which is a good sign.
It's that behind square leg area to the left of screen that is vacant once again. Cutting has to stay away from it. He's got protection down the ground, so he needs to be fuller rather than short. And then if it provides any width, you see the men up the top, fine leg. Man, short, fine legs up, and third man on the other side of the wicket is up. So any width, you can get a tickle or a ramp shot going, and he's got a 4.
He's very strong in that mid-wicket area. I think he'll be looking to launch straight back over the bowler's head or towards mid-wicket.
That's the flip. Flip over into the square leg and wide, fine leg area, and Cutting couldn't stay away from the body of Pollard.
Good batting, really good batting. Just knew the fielder was up there for a short fine leg, and he's helped it on its way over the top of the fielder and another boundary. Starting to get a bit of momentum in his innings now.
And how easy does he do it? He hasn't been flustered whatsoever, and already the strike rate is picking up the last 2 overs. So he's on the move, 66 from 106. It was an easy single there. Now there's an even easier one. They're not running. He was 40 runs off 85 balls. Now he's 66 of 107.
Well, he's so powerful, he can catch up those balls towards the end of an innings. Interesting tactics, though, not taking the singles. And coming into the end of the over, he'll try and probably this ball or the next ball, he will definitely be looking to get down the other end so he can be facing at the start of the next over.
Just wondering why he dived for that last one. Oh, that should run away for 4 as well. He'll take some stopping. He's flipped that really well. So here's the display that the West Indies wanted to see from Pollard. Honestly thought he was going to bring his game to Manuka Oval. Just the conditions were suiting the big man's game, but it wasn't to be. Moves to 70.
Not that bad a delivery from Ben Cutting. It's quite straight on the middle stump. He managed to whip it behind square leg, and that big heavy bat that he's got, it just raced away. It's fast outfield for 4. He'll be looking for a single this ball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He'll just look to nudge it there. He'll run away for more than a single. What's he going to do? They'll push for 3. Got to go for 3 now. Oh, 4. So not the best effort in the deep. 7 remaining. 8 for 172, the West Indies. bit of standstill here. The Australians slow to get into position. Michael Clark just slowing things down. As Faulkner now with purpose gets to the back of his mark. A number of these sort of outfits, we've seen a couple of kegs. There's the BB can. The thing is, when you all come the same heels, it's about someone as an individual standing out and winning the 10K, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. They're doing yourselves out of a prize.
Well, if you're a six-pack, they're not going to win it, are they?
You've got to split it between 6 if you do win it anyway.
So Narayan, he's 13 from 12, but he's been shielded. Pollard hasn't given him the strike for a while. And at times you feel that Narayan just can't help but play the big shot. Was he had 4 sixes in a row at the Wacker?
Yeah, that was off Maxwell. There's a keg on his own. So it's good money up for grabs. $1,000 each night, I think, in the Commonwealth Bank, and 10,000 overall.
That's smart play from Narayan. Now Pollard.
Yeah, he's if he bats like that, he certainly doesn't need protecting. Narayan, he just holds his head together and knocks it into gaps, which are there. He'll get down the other end, no problems at all. Faulkner and Cutting have just gone the journey the last 2 overs. 9 off Faulkner's last one, 12 off Cutting's. 1 off the first 2 balls here.
What about the size of that gold chain around his neck? It's got to weigh him down a little bit too, doesn't it?
They've got the greatest array of necklaces of any West Indian era, I think, and that's saying something, isn't it? Kemar Roach has got a beauty. That's pathetic for Kyron Pollard.
It'll be bigger after the next IPL, maybe.
Imagine how big a necklace he could carry. He could wear well. Kyron Pollard, he's probably got a few, I'd imagine. He's just gone the small link for this innings. 74 from 110.
Interesting field that Michael Clark's got set here for Kyron Pollard. He's got deep mid-off back, and he's got 2 men deep on the leg side, and cover is open. All the fielders are up on the cover boundary.
So now he'll take the single. There's a couple of balls remaining. Narayan, he's got a job to do. Pollard will be talking to him. Keep your head. You've got to face all these deliveries. Get through to the end of the 50th and put a score on the board. So they've got to that 170, nearly at 180, and I thought, with 2 wickets in hand, can they do that? Well, they can get beyond 200 from here, and they can do it comfortably if these two remain together. The partnership, 41 from 31.
So Faulkner trying to pin him on strike, Narayan, but maybe that rolling slow ball, which Pollard's been very content to sit back on the back foot and work to the leg side. They can draw him forward, Narayan forward with a slower ball, and maybe have him hit over the field. You can see the men on right and left of screen up on the circle. And, tempt him into hitting over the top of that slow ball, and may scoop it up straight up in the air.
And third man coming up now, mid-wicket going back.
There's the slower ball again, so some work for Wade to do. He picks it. It's 8 for 174.
होगा जबरदस्त मुकाबला। पहला सेमीफाइनल शाम 5 बजे, दूसरा सेमीफाइनल शाम 8 बजे। लड़ो तो
single figure scores at the top. Pollard has been able to change that, and some interesting strokes, but some good bowling as well. The pressure